Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to be going over my flower bulbs that I just received from Color Blends Wholesale Flower Bulbs. Remember, they participated in a giveaway we had a couple months ago for some gift certificates for their website. Thank you very much to them for doing that. And I just got my bulbs in from them. You see how they're nicely packed, very heavy, in these crates and wrapped up very, very nicely. They do a good job with that. This is the I think third year in a row I've gotten my bulbs in from them. And again, like I say, they're very nicely packed. I'm going to open them up and tell you how I have to go about treating my bulbs. I'm in zone 7B, and 7B is kind of the transition where you have to do some additional steps on your flower bulbs to make sure that you have success. Some, not all, of your flower bulbs, to make sure that you have success with them. If you're in zones, 3 to 7A, and maybe in 7A, I think I might do some cold treating as well. But if you're in those zones, you just kind of wait until it's 55 degrees and plant away until the soil temperature is 55 degrees. I have a soil thermometer that you may have seen me use. If you've been following my channel for a while, I use this thing 3 or 4 times a year. You'll see me use it again in a couple weeks when I plant my pansies. I make sure the soil temperature is down to 65 degrees before I plant my pansies, otherwise they stretch and then they don't look that great the following spring. They just never seem to recover from it. So I stick the soil thermometer in the ground, 65 degrees, I go ahead and plant my pansies. I'm still in the mid to upper 80s in early October in my area, so it's definitely not time to be planting pansies. It definitely would not be time to be planting bulbs yet in my area. The bulbs I don't have to pre-chill, and I'll show you those as I pull them out. I'll just keep them in a cool, dry area. I'll put them in my garage and raise them up on a shelf somewhere and keep them from being, make sure there's good air circulation around them. And then as soon as it's 55 degrees, soil temperature is 55 degrees, again with the soil thermometer, I will go ahead and pop those in the ground. That would include daffodils. I'll show you that in just a minute. Like I say, some of the other ones require cold treating from 7B and down. And let's open the box and I'll show you which. Jim did not do a very good job of opening that box, but now they're conveniently right here at my feet. Okay, the first thing I have here is hyacinths. Hyacinths, you want to keep in mind, will irritate your skin when you're handling them, so be careful with that. Notice these bulbs come in mesh bags. Pretty much no matter where you're buying bulbs, they'll come in these mesh bags. There's a reason for it. They need good air circulation around them. If you go to a store and buy your bulbs, the very friendly person at the cash register is going to take this bag of bulbs and they're going to set them in a plastic bag and you're going to walk out with the plastic bag. Be sure when you get home with your bulbs that you get them out of a plastic bag. These bulbs have moisture inside them. That moisture will come out of the bulb, condensate on the inside of that plastic bag, and then mold on your bulbs and will destroy them. And sometimes I'm speaking to you on things that were taught to me, and other times I'm speaking to you on things that I learned the hard way. That's one I learned the hard way. Make sure you just have them in these open mesh bags wherever you're storing them. Hyacinth bulbs definitely have to be cold treated in my area, so these are going to go into the crisper on my refrigerator, not mixed with fruits or vegetables, because you can get some weird interactions that can also damage your bulbs. But I'll have an entire little crisper drawer dedicated to the things that need to go in the fridge for me. Hyacinths. More hyacinth bulbs. More hyacinth bulbs. So I got some alliums. Alliums do not need to be cold treated in my area, so they're going to head to the garage. These are some of my favorites. They're in the onion family, big, giant, bunches of flowers on them. I'll show you how to where I'll plant them and talk more about these in upcoming videos. I've got some Anemones right here. These I will pre-chill in the refrigerator. Let's see. What else do we have? I have some Snowdrops. Snowdrops do not need to be cold treated for me. They'll just go in the ground again, like I say, when the soil temperature hits 55. I'll store them until then. Tulips are definitely going in the refrigerator. And I'm in 7B. I would say 7B and 8A. You need probably sometime late December is when your tulips would go in the ground. So I'm receiving these in early October. I'm going to put them in the crisper in my refrigerator. That will give them plenty of cold treatment, and they'll go in the ground sometime after mid-December. Let's say if you're in 8B and further south than that, make sure you look up your horticultural zones. That's the basis of this video, is what horticultural zone you live in. It's pretty easy to find by your zip code, just searching it in Google, and your area, and know your horticultural zone. That's important on these bulbs, as you can tell from this video. From 8B and down, you would want to wait till early January and give them the full cold treatment that they need, which is about 12 weeks. I get enough cold that I only need to cold treat mine probably 8 to 10 weeks in the refrigerator, and the rest they'll get in the ground. So there you go. Tulips are going to the fridge for sure. More tulips headed to the fridge. And here's some more alliums right here. Again, these are amongst my favorites. I'll do probably do a specific video on those. But again, they're going to the garage. It's in a plastic bag, but it's in a ventilated plastic bag. The plastic bag has holes in it. If you hear that plastic, it's not a solid plastic bag. Okay, so that's box number 1. My other box is entirely tulips, all of which, for me, definitely have to be cold treated. Again, if you're in zones 3 to 6B, your tulips will just be stored in a cool, dry place until the soil temperature hits 55, and you can put yours in the ground. For me, I've got to cold treat them. So this is kind of crazy. I have separated my bulbs into the ones that have to go into the bottom 2 crispers in my refrigerator, and the ones that don't. I actually have some daffodils on the way, and daffodils do not need to be cold treated, but I do need to wait until the soil temperature is 55. So again, the most important thing I want you to get out of this video is just to leave this mesh netting open on these bulbs. Make sure you're not putting them in plastic bags anywhere, and keep them in just a cool, dark area until it's time to plant in your area. I have a soil thermometer linked in the description of this video, and it's very, very helpful. It's very, very helpful for when I'm putting in my spring vegetables and all kinds of uses that you'll see me use it in the future. And it's an inexpensive tool that'll keep you from making some mistakes. I also have some amaryllis and some daffodils coming. Those will not need to be pre-chilled in my area at all. One other thing I need to mention, that if you order your bulbs from Color Blends, make sure you just follow the directions that they send, because they'll actually send you your bulbs when it's time to plant them. So you'll be receiving, if you do order from them, at the appropriate time to be planting, or there'll be instructions on pre-chilling. Just keep that in mind. This video is really made for I got mine in early on purpose to let people know how to handle bulbs they may be buying from stores and that kind of thing, and trying to figure out if they should be planting them yet, and those kinds of things. But if you order from them, make sure you follow their instructions, because they will send them to you at the appropriate time. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you're interested in me doing a video on variety by variety, the ones that I got, I don't know if they're still available on the website. I'm sure some things have started to sell out already. If you're interested in that, I can shoot that the first of the week and just go variety by variety. But I really wanted just to show you in this video how I go about handling my spring flowering bulbs when I receive them in the fall, or when I purchase them in the fall. Thanks for watching.